Hello and welcome, my friends. You know what? Sometimes we have those days where we just have absolutely nothing to do, whether it being a weekend with nothing planned out or a day of work alone. It all just makes you want to stare out the window and ask yourself, what is our real goal in life? Why do we do what we do? What the living bloody hell is the point of, ooh, look, video games? Yes, although video games may not be as productive as, say, going to the gym or helping out with charity work, there is something so special about them that can help turn even the dullest of days into one that feels so fulfilling. So for you today, I present with you my top 5 later day games. Let's take a look, shall we? Number 5. When it comes to the Sonic games, I find them to be mostly good-ish when they aren't weird or have a needlessly complicated plot. But thankfully we have a game like Sonic Generations around to wake us up with a slap courtesy of the blued spikied one himself. For starters, unlike some recent entries to the series, it's actually fast, but also looks and feels great as well. You hardly ever feel like you're about to be slowed down in this game. You just go to the next level as either one of the two Sonics and watch your mind take it all in. The 3D Sonic levels really do this the best, with kick-ass sequences that really make you feel like the speed demon that you are. Levels like Green Hill, City Escape and Rooftop Run really give the player a rollercoaster-like exhilaration that just makes you want to take another spin on them just to beat your previous time. And for those who are worrying about encountering some of the bad Sonic tropes such as glitches, uncontrollable cameras and annoying side characters, you'll find almost none of that here. Well, okay, except for Sonic's friends a bit, but they really have no impact on the story. In fact, you gotta love Sonic's expression after talking to Charmy. That look pretty much says, yeah, maybe we went a little too far here. In the end, the only real downside I find is with the challenges that are a bit of a drag, and the fact you have to complete a few of them to move forward with the story can be a bit of a speed bump to say the least, which is why this game sits at number 5. Number 4. Okay, so let me make this clear when I say that if you're walking into Dead Rising 2 for the first time, you may not find it to be the most relaxing game at first. But with civilians needing your help every turn, zombies swarming you at every moment, and getting called up at some of the worst Can you please wait until I kill this madman first? However, it was only until I played the game my second attempt that I learned I was playing the game for the wrong reason. Sure, there's a story, but you may as well only bother to tackle that once you're around level 15. The best strategy I found was just to ignore the case files until they lock you out, and then from then on you're free to do whatever you want. So long as you keep bringing your daughter medicine now and then. With the story out of the way, you're free to do what the game does best, killing zombies. The many ways in which you can kill the undead can bring such a smile to your face. Whether you're shredding them with a paddle saw, blowing them up with explosive arrows, or just mowing them down on a bike while wearing a banana hammock. Yes, it's that kind of game. You are free, of course, to save people to gain more points, and even taking on some of the psychopaths if you're confident enough. In fact, I just tried to see how crazy I could make Chuck look here in these cutscenes with these guys. You'd think the bosses would be like, shit, this guy's more messed up than I am. You know what, maybe I should do a bit of shopping to cope with this zombie outbreak. That will turn my day around, I'm sure of it. Anyway, learning curve aside, this game still brings a huge amount of enjoyment, from finding and creating various badass weapons, to dressing up in some of the weirdest get-up you can imagine, and of course, lots and lots of killing zombies. Number 3. Grand Theft Auto sure is fun, right? But wouldn't it be awesome to jump high across buildings, drive pimped out supercars, and fire rockets at hordes of enemies? Okay, granted you could just download mods to actually make those things possible, but seeing as how you're too lazy to do that, hence the title of this list, we'll just take a game where you can already do this kind of stuff. Crackdown's main satisfaction comes from taking your mildly superpowered cop and turning him into a full-on juggernaut of war. The game lays it out as simple as it could be. Find and kill the gang leaders to make killing the big bad kingpins easier. How you get to them and how you kill them is all up to you. You can try shooting at them at point blank range, running them over with a truck, blowing them up, or just kicking the ever-loving crap out of them, all in the name of law and order. But as much as taking out gang leaders can be satisfying, the real satisfaction comes from leveling up your character skills. Just knowing that you can jump higher, lift heavier objects, and ride even more badass vehicles motivates you to show the criminals of the city who they truly dare to mess with. By the time you have 4 stars on each of your skills, you'll just be like, aw, ain't that cute, they think they have a chance. So unless GTA 5 has a mod that lets you throw no Chinese man from a skyscraper, I truly recommend Crackdown as a good pick. Then again, I'm sure by the time I'm done with this video, someone will likely already made that by now. Number 2. While Crackdown may let you explore a world made up of bullet-absorbing meat bags, Just Cause 2 pretty much lets you bring destruction to an island built out of fireworks. The island of Pinata is basically one of those neatly built arts and crafts models that you're allowed to actually destroy without any consequences. Now admittedly the story is a bit more in your face than the previous entries in this list. No boy oh boy is it beyond hilariously bad. Not only is this game's plot right up there with some of Hollywood's cheesiest action movies, but dear god, what was the casting call for this game like?
Okay now, give me your best stereotypical Asian accent.
I am Razak Razaman. Some call me Reza.
That was good. Now give me a Swedish one.
Hey, thanks, pal. I was one bullet away from meeting my maker.
And now give me a Southern one.
I'm as American as apple pie.
Perfect. You know what, people? Let's call that a wrap. I think we've got our star right here.
But back to the real reason this game works. The many things to blow up. Granted, I'm not exactly sure how blowing up petrol stations and cranes helps to free the island's inhabitants from their evil dictator, but the hell with it is just so fun. Using a chopper, C4, or even a tank are just some of the ways to dismantle the island's oppressors. But wait, there's more. One of the biggest enjoyments from this game also comes from the kick-ass grappling hook at your disposal. You'll spend most of your time just thinking about what you can attach from point A to B, like say a man to a jet perhaps? Speaking of which, from personal experience, there really are no words to describe the awesomeness of simply just tricking out a jet in these lush landscapes. Kinda makes you want to put on a certain song from a certain action movie perhaps.
Unfortunately, it's unlikely I can use that song without, some sort of copyright claim coming up, so we'll just simply have to go without them.
The beautiful scenery also works to really give the player
You know what? Screw it. I'm doing it my way. Alright, let's do it. Come on, hit it! Sorry about that. Sometimes you just kind of gotta let your heart speak for itself, I guess.
Number 1. I'll tell you this, when I was coming up with games for this list, I hadn't really considered Viva Pinata as a contender, mostly because I just hadn't played it in like forever. Back in the day, it was just a fun little game that I thought I'd be made fun of for playing. But after returning to it recently, I found it to be beyond well suited for the top spot on this list, mostly because it just ticked all the right boxes. Let's check through them, shall we? For starters, it's super relaxing, which is something you need for any particular lazy day. Second, it's rewarding. Almost every second you're discovering a new species of pinata or unlocking a new plant that helps you out in some way. Third, it's creative. I really don't think I need to tell you how much we as gamers have to build stuff. The YouTube gaming community pretty much solidifies this alone. And fourth, it's addicting. This last one might go against my rule about a lazy game being a game you may not want to play the next day, but you'll be glued to your seat just trying to discover as many pinatas as possible. At the end of the day, you will look back at your garden with pride at what you've achieved, which is why I believe it deserves to be the finest pick for your next lazy day.